The PlayStation Portable, aka the PSP, was a revolutionary handheld device, which was ahead of its time, to say the least. The Sony PSP not only offered the user a wide variety of games, but also a huge library of home media for the user to watch. There were plenty of movies and television shows which were made specifically for watching on the PSP. However, the short-lived lifespan of the console makes some of these releases very rare, with some having little to no information about them available online. In my opinion, some of the rarest pieces of PSP media that you can find are of an adult nature. There were a few movies intended for adult viewing only, which were developed for the console and have become some of the rarest pieces a PSP collector could have. So please, join me as I discuss the adult videos that were released on the PSP. So the first thing to know is that the PSP uses a unique disc type on the console. Known as a universal media disc, a UMD is the disc type used for both video games and movies, and was created specifically for the PSP. This may seem good for the console, however the limited use of a UMD mixed with the high price point made UMD movies sell poorly practically from the get-go. Basically, why would anyone buy a UMD of Viva La Bam when they could just buy a DVD and watch it on a wide variety of devices? Still, that didn't stop several notable companies from producing UMDs for the device. MTV produced and printed many of their shows on UMD, and even WWE had plenty of their releases on the UMD medium. Many of these releases will vary in value and obscurity, and makes them hard to value whenever they're sold. However, in Japan, the adult film market took advantage of the medium. There were plenty of adult films printed and released on the PSP in Japan, so much so that there are probably many which have gone without ever being mentioned online. One of the most well-known and a highly valued collector piece is the animated adult series La Blue Girl Returns. La Blue Girl Returns was a popular animated series which is categorized as a certain type of animated adult video genre, which I don't want to risk saying here. However, it starts with an H and ends with an hentai. I had never heard of this series prior to starting this video, so I have no clue what it's about. However, the official Wikipedia page states, and I'm probably going to butcher a lot of the words. The plot begins when a race of butterfly-like demons named the Maharoba want to enslave Mika Maido and her sister to steal the seal case that controls the Shikima. Their ultimate goal is to conquer the Shikima Brain, a legendary place of the Shikima realm which is said to confer the powers to rule the universe. It didn't sound too bad from the description, so I decided to try to find one of the episodes, which I did. I then decided to try and watch the first episode to see if it would qualify as an adult release.
It counts. Okay, it for sure counts. Let's just leave it at that. It counts.
After I deleted my internet history, I tried to find a copy online to get an idea of what one of these would sell for. However, I was ultimately unable to find any copies for sale. But I did find one collector on Reddit who owns over 20 copies of the series. For whatever reason, this guy owns several copies, and the post header states that all but 3 copies are sealed. He even commented on the post stating, "This is still an ongoing collection. Whenever I find a copy, I buy it to add to the collection. I haven't figured out what the end goal is yet." I think it's safe to say that La Blue Girl Returns is the unholy grail of PSP filth. However, there's one thing I want to make clear. The PSP has a unique region coding system. While all PSP games are region free, PSP movies are actually region locked. North American PSPs are region 1, while La Blue Girl Returns is region 2, meaning that La Blue Girl Returns will not work on North American PSPs. In fact, any of these Japanese releases would not work on a region 1 PSP. So this led me to wonder if there were any adult films in the region 1 format, and as I continued searching and as far as I could tell, there were only 3 that were ever made in the region 1 format. The first and most well-known is Bouncy Virtual Lap Dances Volume 1. According to an online listing of all PSP movies, Bouncy was released on December 20th, 2005. As you could probably tell by the title, Bouncy Virtual Lap Dances is a UMD which features a woman giving POV lap dances to the lucky PSP user. The back cover states that this video features 12 lap dances and 5 bonus strip teases totaling 2 hours of action. With a simple Google search, I was able to find an article on avn.com about the game which gave us some more insight. Because of the rapidly growing market for PSPs, mainstream movie studios are beginning to release movies simultaneously on DVD and UMD. Bouncy Pictures' Virtual Lap Dance's #1 so far is the only title that has gotten the green light from Sony.
We have just been in talks with Sony for probably a solid month or two. A lot of it has to do with Bouncy. It's a really clean company. If you look at our box design, a lot of our covers have girls wearing clothes. We're a very tech-forward company and a virtual interactive company. I think it's a really good mix.
The last line of the article also stated, for more information, visit bouncypictures.com. When I visited the website using the Wayback Machine, I was able to find the official listing for the UMD, alongside a link to pre-order the video. When I visited the link, it showed the product listing for the video, with the price of $39.95. $40 for a video of lap dances playable only for the PSP. I'm genuinely curious who was going to buy this, but for anyone who decided to shell out that $40 back in 2005 are able to make a small fortune off reselling this video, as the UMD version of Bouncy can easily fetch several $100s. Bouncy has become a highly collectible UMD movie for the PSP and is easily the most sought after adult film made for the console. The second of 3 known Region 1 adult UMDs is Dream Models. Released on July 4th, 2006, Dream Models has little to no information available online. The production company is listed as Geneon. That threw me off because if it's the same Geon I'm aware of, they mostly print anime. There was also a listing on eBay for Dream Models which was going for about $100, but it did give me the only picture I could find of the back cover. As I examined the back cover, I noticed a logo right next to the Geneon logo. And even though it was low quality, I already knew exactly what this logo was. Conspiracy Entertainment. Conspiracy Entertainment is a company which takes games from smaller companies and basically distributes it for them. Some of their gaming classics include Ninja Bread Man, America's Next Top Model, the canceled M&M puzzle game, and my favorite, Crazy Chicken Tales. I visited the Wayback Machine to see if I could find anything about Dream Models on the Conspiracy Games website. The original website is virtually unusable since it relied on Flash Player. However, using the URLs tab, I was able to find a handful of media on Dream Models, including a high-quality image of the front cover and a .swf file. I downloaded this .swf file, and once I converted it to an MP4, this is what it was. So yeah, I apparently found the lost Dream Models trailer, not that anybody was looking for it. It's mostly just shots of what I assume are some of the teases in the video, but still, I guess I can add this to the list of lost media I've found. I decided to see if I could find anyone talking about Dream Models online, and I did come across a blog from a hardcore PSP collector, which included high-quality scans of both the inside and outside covers for Dream Models. However, the headline called Dream Models the worst video of all time. With a headline like that, I couldn't help but read the blog post.
People should be warned about the crap fest that is Dream Models. With that said, is it really that bad? It is, and far worse.
They take some time to explain how they obtained their copy, and then say,
When it arrived in the mail and saw the box, I wondered did I really get it or not, based on what is stated on the cover, as they really don't make it clear. It also carries an NR rating, as in not rated, got me wondering, and, no, what I got was far worse than I imagined. It turned out to be a badly done teaser video. In case you don't know what they are, videos that show attractive women in sexually suggestive poses, but no certain parts exposed. In fact, what I saw was bad camera work. I think they used a tripod 90% of the time and less skin showed than you see at a beach. I will even go as far as to say, I have seen more skin at my doctor's office than in that video. It could have carried of a G rating for all the skin not exposed. As for the models, they are attractive but really a teaser video? These days? Or even back when it was made. There was a lot more stuff you could see for free back then than now. Do yourself a favor, never watch this video. It will take time away from doing more important things like reading a newspaper, checking out social media, using the bathroom, or napping.
I assume this article was written around the time it came out in 2006. Nope, 2016. Still, this blog post is one of the only first-hand accounts of anyone with the Dream Models UMD. It's still not clear where this video was sold and how people originally bought copies, but something tells me I might be the only person who really cares, and honestly, I don't really care either. The final of the 3 Region 1 adult films for the PSP is Casey the Coed. Casey the Coed was released on January 1st, 2006, and is practically one of those old after-hours Showtime movies you watched when you were a kid. Remember that? You would set the previous channel button on Nick at Night and keep the remote in your hand just in case anyone walked in. Casey the Coed is the most mysterious of these 3 releases. While the prior 2 entries have plenty of information available online and copies a collector could buy right now if they wanted to, Casey the Coed has little to nothing you can find on the UMD release. The video itself isn't difficult to find by any means, however the UMD release specifically has little to no information available. I started to try to look into the distributor's website, which was said to be Trinity Home Entertainment. I was able to find their official website catalog on the Wayback Machine, but the last screenshot of the website was 2 months prior to the release of Casey the Coed, and it didn't include said movie on the list, meaning that this was going to be no help. My final effort to find anything on this UMD was to check out the movie's IMDb page. The page actually listed the production company Torchlight Pictures. So I figured I'd just check out the production company website, right? Well, it seems as if Torchlight Pictures does not have an internet presence. Despite IMDb having 59 separate adult films attributed to this company, I was unable to find any actual website for them. The other thing I noticed that was interesting was that every single movie for this company, all 59, were directed by a man named Francis Locke. Francis, just like Torchlight Pictures, was non-existent online, and I couldn't find him anywhere. The only thing for him online was this official IMDb page, which listed movies as recent as 2021. It seemed like some of his newer movies were produced by a company named Full Moon Features. Now, Full Moon Features is a well-known production and distribution company with a lot of films. But what's interesting about the company is that they've seen many different names that they've been referred to as, including Full Moon Productions, Full Moon Entertainment, Full Moon Studios, Monster Island Entertainment, Film Monsters, Alchemy Entertainment, Edge Entertainment, and most interestingly, Torchlight Entertainment. While this list is absent of Torchlight Pictures, the fact we see Torchlight Entertainment leads me to believe that this is just another company that Full Moon Features was known as. Even though the Wikipedia for Full Moon Features is pretty lengthy, there was no mention anywhere for Casey the Coed. I have no idea how Casey the Coed found its way onto the PSP or how it was originally sold. Perhaps as time goes, we'll be able to figure out more on this UMD, but for now, Casey the Coed remains the most mysterious UMD that I know of. So yeah, that's it for rare adult films on the PlayStation Portable. I had no idea that the items on this list would contain such a large rabbit hole to go down, but it was fun to do. If you know anything else about these adult films because you're a sick little pervert, please let me know in the comments below. Also, consider subscribing as every subscriber helps me, and it lets me know you guys enjoy hearing a dude talk about naughty things. What? No, I don't watch adult films, huh? You do? Ugh! I actually really liked La Blue Girl Returns.